for the 4A West regional matchup between the Star Valley Braves and the Jackson Broncs in the fourth place game. What you see on your screen right now is the girls' third and fourth place game between Riverton and Natrona County. That game has gone into overtime as they are all tied up 1-1. Once again, this is the girls' third place match between Natrona County and Riverton. That is being played right now, just 45 seconds left in this one. And so it will most definitely go to penalty kicks unless something happens here in the last 30 seconds. The Braves face off against Jackson for the third time this season. Jackson getting the better of the Braves in their previous two contests. And so it should be a great match today between the Braves and the Broncs in the Snake River rivalry. That game will be a little bit delayed, as we mentioned before, as you're looking at the third place match for the girls, as Riverton is taking on Natrona County, which will go to penalty kicks here in a couple minutes. We'll have that video for you as we talk a little bit about the matchup that we have coming up. First off, we're going to take a listen from our sponsors. We sure do appreciate them sponsoring our young athletes and allowing us to bring you video and audio coverage of this 4A West regional matchup. We'll be back with live coverage of Star Valley Braves soccer after this.
A leg up, an upper hand, an edge. Call it what you want. When you finance with Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, you'll always be winning. Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Here, the advantage is yours.
Your source for quality asphalt paving in Star Valley is Avail Valley Construction. They specialize in residential and commercial driveways and parking lots, done with great service at a great price. Call Avail Valley at 307-885-0600 for your quote today.
A lot of people ask me why I moved to Kemmerer. I actually was living with my wife in North Salt Lake, Utah, for where we raised our children. And I saw this as a great opportunity in my career to help with economic development. It's a very affordable place to live. Other things that I like about being here, I really like the opportunity to do outdoor living. Those are some of the things that I like about Kemmerer.
It's time to update your home's flooring, and Battleson Brothers Carpet One is your local source. Right now at Battleson Brothers, find in-stock LVP as low as $2.99 per square foot. Get a bedroom installed with fresh new carpet for just $4.49. That includes the carpet, pad, and labor for just $4.49. Battleson Brothers Flooring also offers 12-month no-interest financing. In Afton and Thane, that's Battleson Brothers Carpet One Floor and Home.
Price, quality, service, Battleson Brothers Flooring.
You know what I like about Caribou Ford? It's a quick drive, but it's beautiful.
You know what I like about Caribou Ford? I take my Caribou Ford mountain biking.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? I take my Caribou Ford to the lake.
I take my Caribou Ford everywhere. We're Caribou Ford with the famous Warranty Forever, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. And we're keeping it simple in Soda Springs.
In the future, everything will be powered by renewable energy. But it's not as easy as flipping a switch. It's a long road, requiring decades of time and trillions of dollars. But what if there was a better direction on the path to zero carbon emissions? An energy source that's available right now, that's affordable, plentiful, and environmentally friendly. There is. And it's propane.
Fall River Propane, Star Valley's fastest growing energy for everyone provider, keeping you warm this winter. Everyone in Star Valley knows the Fun Zone is the place to go for birthday parties, family reunions, receptions, or basically any kind of get-together. Do you know what makes the Fun Zone even better? When you come and enjoy it. New to the Fun Zone is a massage chair and a vending machine, and still offering the open gym, volleyball, foosball, and air hockey, a full-service kitchen, and even a big screen TV. Visit sbfunzone.com for reservations.
Welcome back to Rock Springs High School as we are getting a little bonus soccer as the third, fourth place matchup between the Riverton Lady Wolverines and the Natrona County Phillies have gone into penalty kicks. The first shot there by the Phillies went high off the crossbar, and that one is a miss. So right now, Riverton is in the driver's seat here in this third place matchup. Once this game goes final, we will bring you coverage of the Star Valley boys game as they face off against the Jackson Bronx. Here comes the kick. Oh, back of the net for basket of Riverton as Riverton goes up on the penalty kick score. 1-0 over Natrona. Natrona will send another gal out. Every time I watch penalty kicks, I can't help but think of Scott Sterling and the amazing saves he makes, but this is the best part of soccer, in my opinion, is when these games in the postseason come down to penalty kicks with everything on the line. As this determines seeding into state. Here comes the kick. Oh, and saved. The Riverton keeper. There will be some conversation. I'm not sure what's going on here. They're redoing. They're going to say that she moved before the kick. They will redo it. And this one goes in the back of the net. So right now it's 1-1 on the penalty kicks as Riverton comes up. Again, this is Riverton Natrona, third place matchup between the girls. Here's oh, what a beautiful save. The pace was just not there as we are all squared up 1-1. Each team has gone through 2 penalty kickers, now onto their third. So what they'll do is they'll do 5. Each team will get 5 shooters. Here comes Natrona County. Oh, and it's saved. As the goalies are putting on quite the clinic in these penalty kick shootout here. Here comes Riverton now, still tied 1-1 in the shootout. Riverton will place the ball. They're on their third kicker. Here's a shot, and good shot there by Riverton as she put that one on the far post. After 3 rounds, it's 2-1. Now Natrona will be coming up. So here's the Natrona Phillies. There's Travers for the Phillies, finds the back of the net. So tied up at 2. The Phillies started, so. Oh, what a shot by Riverton. That puts them in the driver's seat. If Natrona County misses this one, Riverton will take third place here at regionals. if she connects on this one, Riverton will have one more kicker in the shootout to be the deciding factor. We are all tied up here on the final kicker here, Savannah Morton. Here comes Morton as she lines up. This is for the win, for third place. Can she put it in? Back. Oh, and she kicks it. Oh, Riverton comes away with the win and the third place finish. As Morton went to the right, did not have a lot of pace behind that ball, but just enough to put it in the back of the net. Riverton comes away with the third place here at regionals, and Natrona will go in as the 4th seed to the state tournament next week. That means we are roughly 10 minutes or so from the start of our contest as the Braves look to square off against the Jackson Broncs. If you are like me, you were surprised to find out the Braves playing the Broncs. The Broncs are the number 2 team in the state according to the Wild Preps Coaches and Media poll, but some drama went down in the nightcap game yesterday between the Natrona County Mustangs and the Jackson Broncs. They actually played the entire game where Jackson won the game 2-0. That game featured a lot of fireworks though, as the head coach for Natrona as well as one of its star players both received red cards and were escorted off the premises here in Rock Springs. But around the 10-minute mark left in the game, it was discovered that Jackson had too many players on their roster. So during the postseason, you're allowed to have so many guys come with you to state or so many athletes, and Jackson had too many on that roster, and they received a disqualification from the game. So even though they beat Natrona, they played the entire game. I don't know why it wasn't caught beforehand, but they played the entire game and beat Natrona only to find out that they'd been disqualified from the game that they had just won. So because of that, Jackson finds itself in the 3rd place game against the Braves when in all reality the Braves should have been playing the Mustangs here today. But as it is, the Broncs will face off against the Braves. Like I said, we are about 10 minutes away from the start of this match. We're going to take a quick break here from our sponsors, and we'll be back with more coverage of Star Valley Braves soccer.
We're Ed and Donna Ivy.
We've been in business for going on our 8th year. This will be the 4th year here at this building. We mainly served a little bit of everything. I knew Rod his whole life. We went to school together, and so we knew a lot about each other, and we probably wouldn't have got the loan we did if we didn't know him as well as we did. He knows each one of our kids. He don't let anybody get overextended. Yes, I would recommend Bank Star Valley to a lot of people.
Since 1932, locally owned Hastings Ace Hardware has served Star Valley as the place to find high-quality outdoor, hardware, and houseware products at competitive prices. Staffed by your friends and neighbors, Hastings offers a team of knowledgeable and helpful folks to answer your questions and assist you in finding the perfect solutions for your projects year-round. Find Braves apparel, fashionable clothing lines, tasteful gifts, a full-service gift wrapping and custom framing counter, jewelry, home decor, paint mixing services, and so much more. Hastings Ace in Afton. It's the local and helpful place.
Miles CPA has been part of the Star Valley community for more than 16 years. The times have changed a bit, but we are still proud to offer our continued support to the community and our Star Valley Braves. Say, didn't Corey play basketball for Star Valley High School? Whoa, Corey, I realize it's a black and white photo, but man, those are some white legs. Miles CPA. We loved our Braves then, and we love our Braves now. Go get 'em, Braves.
I think being in a small town, you
really care and you take more pride in the work that you do because you're working with your neighbors. These are people that you see out in the community. You know, you see them at kids sporting events and parent-teacher conferences and the grocery store. You know, these are our neighbors.
One of the reasons that people also come back to us is they trust us because we are friends, we are family. And so I think there's a lot of trust in the community.
Hi, my name is Bill Tech. I'm the current mayor of the city of Kemmer. The biggest thing is the freedom that we have here, and I want to preserve that. We're all about camping, hunting, fishing, hiking, boating, all those outdoor things. Kemmer and Lincoln County are in my heart and always will be.
Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great.
Digital Dilemmas presents
Wi-Fi Enlightenment. A wise person once said, "Keep your feet on the ground and your router on a shelf." This will help you achieve greater happiness in life and a better Wi-Fi signal.
Placing your router on the floor can negatively affect its performance because the ground will absorb the signal. Stay tuned for more Digital Dilemmas.
We're always looking for things that make our farm more efficient.
The value that Smart Farm brings growers like Rick is the ability to be more efficient, to be cost effective, and also to be stewards of the land.
The Simplot Smart Farm program is split up into 4 segments: prepare, prescribe, grow, harvest.
Based off of our first year work with him, our yield goals were higher than they've ever been on those fields, around 10 to 15% higher.
We were very happy with what Simplot does for us.
Star Valley Disposal and Royal Flush Septic have been serving the local community since 1999, including residential, commercial, and construction. Star Valley Disposal and Royal Flush Septic is your company for all of your trash needs, along with septic pumping and portable toilets. For the dependable company that has a proven trust and reliability, contact Star Valley Disposal and Royal Flush Septic at starvalleydisposal.com. That's starvalleydisposal.com.
At Star Valley Health, we're optimizing knee replacement surgery with ROSA, our robotic surgical assistant. Robotic knee surgery can bring a lot of gains, like smaller scars, less pain, and faster recovery. We also offer hip and shoulder replacement, along with carpal tunnel surgery and treatment for muscle strain, ACL injuries, sports medicine, pain management, and more. To find out more about ROSA and our full scope of orthopedic services, go to starvalleyhealth.org.
Sometimes people wonder, what does Swift Creek Trading sell? The real question is, what don't they sell? At Swift Creek Trading, find boots, shoes, socks, sweaters, shirts, jeans, belts, dress shirts and ties, horse tack and accessories, horseshoes, riding gear, cowboy hats, baseball caps, UW and Star Valley apparel, cologne, wallets,
Swift Creek Trading, your everything store, downtown Afton.
And miscellaneous items, shoe and boot care, jewelry, western shirt.
Risk takers, adventure seekers, optimists, authentic people with the fire in their belly and greatness in their hearts. You'll find them here, in a place where the spirit of the cowboy lives and thrives.
I am a cowboy.
I am a cowboy.
Soy vaquera. The world needs more cowboys.
Nothing on us? How hard could it be to be a banker? They just give other people's money away. Cole and Marty got nothing on us.
Yeah.
This is the Weekday Wake Up on SVI, your home for totally free personal and business listening. Okay, so you're ready for a subscription then. Just a few things to sign will be on your way. Hey Amanda, what's the federal rate interest period on the Grace escrow after the next 4 quarters?
If you could just sign here, here, initial here.
So after a quick look at your credit, it's pretty evident that it's not good, and so it's not in the best interest of the bank to give you a loan today. I'm sorry.
That's right, Colomardi, you've got nothing on us. We're gonna get people to give us money, and it's gonna be the Bank of Duke and Dow.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. What is the number that you can have? 22. 22 on a roster? 22 dress. 22 in uniform. Gotcha. I don't care if you got 30 on the roster. Yeah, you get. Welcome back to Rock Springs High School as we are about 5 minutes away from the start of this one, a 4A West third place matchup between the Star Valley Braves and the Jackson Hole Broncs. As both teams are here warming up, it is a chilly day here in Sweetwater County and the wind is whipping. And we've been so lucky on Thursday and Friday. We had such minimal wind. This is more typical of what you see here in Sweetwater County as the flag is just, you can see them almost vertical out there. So it's a cold, windy Saturday afternoon here in western Wyoming as we get ready for this matchup between the Broncs and the Braves. These two teams have squared off before, with Jackson taking both of those games against the Braves earlier this season. This should be a compelling matchup for the third and fourth place positions. Looking at the east side of the state, as they are also in regionals yesterday, Cheyenne Central beat Laramie 2-1 to advance to the championship game, as well as Thunder Basin. Thunder Basin beat Sheraton 3-0 to advance to the championship game. So the top two teams in the East region advance to the championship match, as those games are taking place in Sheridan this afternoon. So the winner of this one and the loser of this one will face off against the winner and loser of Cheyenne Central and Thunder Basin in the East region. Looking at the East, that bumped Laramie and Sheridan into the third place game as they will square off. So those will be the four teams heading to state on the east side of the 4A East regional bracket. On the west, Jackson and Star Valley here in the third place game. In the championship game, it will feature Kelly Walsh and Natrona County, as Natrona County will have to play that game without their head coach, as he was received a red card at the latter part of the game last night against Jackson. So Jackson or Natrona will be without their head coach for that championship matchup. Regionals will take place next week on this same pitch, as they will be back in Rock Springs, as the East will come this direction, and regionals will be played Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of next week. We're about 3 minutes away from the start of this game between the Braves and the Broncs. We'll be back with more live coverage of Star Valley Braves soccer.
A leg up, an upper hand, an edge. Call it what you want. When you finance with Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, you'll always be winning. Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Here, the advantage is yours.
Your source for quality asphalt paving in Star Valley is Avail Valley Construction. They specialize in residential and commercial driveways and parking lots, done with great service at a great price. Call Avail Valley at 307-885-0600 for your quote today.
A lot of people ask me why I moved to Kemmerer. I actually was living with my wife in North Salt Lake, Utah, where we raised our children. And I saw this as a great opportunity in my career to help with economic development. It's a very affordable place to live. Other things that I like about being here, I really like the opportunity to do outdoor living. Those are some of the things that I like about Kemmerer.
It's time to update your home's flooring, and Battles & Brothers Carpet One is your local source. Right now at Battles & Brothers, find in-stock LVP as low as $2.99 per square foot. Get a bedroom installed with fresh new carpet for just $4.49. That includes the carpet, pad, and labor for just $4.49. Battles & Brothers Flooring also offers 12-month no-interest financing. In Afton and Thane, that's Battles & Brothers Carpet One Floor & Home.
Price, quality, service, Battles & Brothers Flooring.
You know what I like about Caribou Ford? It's a quick drive, but it's beautiful.
You know what I like about Caribou Ford? I take my Caribou Ford mountain biking.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? I take my Caribou Ford to the lake.
I take my Caribou Ford everywhere. We're Caribou Ford with the famous Warranty Forever, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. And we're keeping it simple in Soda Springs.
In the future, everything will be powered by renewable energy. But it's not as easy as flipping a switch. It's a long road, requiring decades of time and trillions of dollars. But what if there was a better direction on the path to zero carbon emissions? An energy source that's available right now, that's affordable, plentiful, and environmentally friendly. There is. And it's propane.
Fall River Propane, Star Valley's fastest growing energy for everyone provider, keeping you warm this winter. Everyone in Star Valley knows the Fun Zone is the place to go for birthday parties, family reunions, receptions, or basically any kind of get-together. Do you know what makes the Fun Zone even better? When you come and enjoy it. New to the Fun Zone is a massage chair and a vending machine, and still offering the open gym, volleyball, foosball, and air hockey, a full-service kitchen, and even a big screen TV. Visit svfunzone.com for reservations.
Welcome back to Rock Springs High School for this third place matchup between the Braves and the Broncs as we get ready for our starting lineups in this windy Saturday afternoon here on the Rock Springs Tigers home field. This will be the third place matchup here at Regionals as we enter the final day of this competition as the teams jostle for position at state. Once again, these two teams will look to square off against either Thunder Basin or Cheyenne Central as they are playing for the championship in Sheridan this afternoon. as the teams take their spots on the field and we get ready for our starting lineup. The national anthem was performed earlier at the beginning of the girls' third place game, and so we will get right into the starting lineups here for this 3A West or 4A West regional matchup in the third place game. Star Valley Braves will come out in their crimson and gold, and Jackson will be in the all white with black trim. Starters for Jackson: number 0, Gavin Keelan; number 15, Irvin Conde; number 5, Jamie Perez; number 6, Jared Perez; number 7, Teddy Oppler; number 9, Kyron Berstain; number 17, Jensen Smock; number 18, Johan Garcia; number 20, Owen Smith; number 21, Braden Hills; and number 24, Oliver Kimmel. Starters for the Braves: number 1, Tate Lawson will be in goal; number 4, Caden Roberts; number 5, Derek Astle; number 6, Brandon Beck; number 7, Mikkel Merritt; number 10, Kaysen Hatterley; number 12, Jesus Allred; number 13, Bailey Colgren; number 15, Gabe Peterson; number 20, Christoph Bueller; and number 24, Jaden Crook. This game for the third place at regionals, as the teams shake hands and get ready for this contest for the Braves and the Bronx. If you're just joining us, there was a bit of controversy in last night's matchup between the Bronx and the Natrona County Mustangs, as that game was played in its entirety with some fireworks going off in the second half. So in the second half, there was a shot on goal by the Jackson Bronx. That ball got deflected off of the crossbar and ended up hitting the goalpost that is directly behind the crossbar, the football goalpost. And when it hit that goalpost, it came back into play. The problem was that the center official did not see that ball hit the goalpost. And so he counted it as a goal for the Bronx. They went up 1-0 with 20 minutes left to play. When that happened, there was quite a few upset Natrona County players and coaches, and a player and a coach both received a red card in that matchup. But that was not the most dramatic thing that happened that evening, as later that evening they lined up all the players and realized that Jackson had 2 more players than is allowed in postseason. So you're allowed to dress 22 players in uniform, and Jackson had 24 players dressed in uniform for that game, which resulted in an immediate disqualification. So even though Jackson came out on top 2-0 in that game, they ended up getting disqualified and find themselves in the third and fourth place game, with Natrona being automatically upgraded to the championship game. So, I'm sure there's lots of thoughts and feelings on how that ruling went down, but as it stands, Braves are playing the Bronx. And the biggest question that comes to my mind when you think about that and all the implications that it has, right? So first off, you've got Jackson, one of the best teams in the state. They come in ranked as the number 2 team in the Wild Preps Coaches and Media poll, and they've been a stalwart as the top team in the state with back-to-back state championships. And so they come in as apparel for the 4A class as one of the heavyweights. And so now you have a team that had a shot at a regional title, and that's taken away from them because of a clerical error. And now, depending on what happens in this match, as well as what happens on the east side, you're going to have Jackson as a lower seed going into state, where they should have been going in as a higher seed. So that will have implications in the state. Here's a redirect. As Mikkel Merritt was able to get ahead on it off the throw-in from Kason Hatterley, just not able to put that on frame. It'll be a goal kick coming for the Bronx. So that's one implication. And then you start to think about it. So Jackson played on Thursday against Evanston. So you're telling me that their roster was okay on Thursday and not okay on Friday? I highly doubt that. I'm sure that they had the 24 players in Evanston, you know, and there's no way to go back and prove it. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's some sort of coverage there or roster that they could look up to go back. But as it is, Jackson got to advance. But what if that clerical error was recognized on Thursday? Then Jackson would have been denied a berth to state altogether, and we'd be looking at a matchup against Evanston or Natrona County, and Jackson wouldn't even be in the picture. Here's a ball on the direct kick from Merritt. He sends it, gets 2 bounces in the box, and picked up by Keelan. And so there's another point of view. You know, if you were Evanston, you'd got to be pretty upset that that ruling came out on Friday and not on Thursday. And then my third take on this is you hate for errors by adults to directly impact the players, right? Because we do this game for the student athletes. So you hate to see a mistake by whoever it was. There's plenty of adults in the room that should have known these rules, all the way from the AD to the coach to the parents. You know, this is not a hidden rule by any means. So you hate to see the mistake by adults affect kids. And Jackson is a good team, and so I'm glad that they did not get eliminated from the postseason. They still have a chance to go to state. You know, I think that's the right thing. But it's unfortunate that they find themselves in this game instead of the championship match, where their skill level and their play throughout the season has rightfully been warranted for a championship match against Kelly Walsh. But as it is, here we are in this third place match with the Braves and the Bronx. And like it or not, that's what we've got, as we are all notched up 0-0 still here in this contest between Star Valley and Jackson. We have played 5 minutes, as we have 35 minutes to go here in the first half. Apologize for the clock, as it's been out of service all weekend, but I'll try to keep you posted on what the clock says. If you want to start your own timer at home, we are at 35 minutes left to play in the first half, still 0-0. Here's a cross into the box by the Bronx, and good shield off by Peterson and picked up by Lawson. When the Braves played against the Wolverines, Riverton, on Thursday, in that play-in game to see who would get to go to state, the Braves started senior Derek Astle in the goal. Here's a flick ahead by Bueller as Jesus Allred makes a run 30 yards out. They're going to say too much contact there by Hatterley as he came into the back of the defender for Jackson, and it will be a free kick here for the Bronx. But in that game on Thursday, the Braves started senior Derek Astle, and Astle was not the typical starter throughout the year. Tate Lawson, who's in goal now for the Braves, got the start for most of the year, as there's Jackson hits the turf just outside the top of the 18. It'll be a free kick coming for the Bronx. But Tate getting the start today. He does a good job for the Braves as just a freshman. Here come Jackson, as they will have a little bit of misdirection here. They have 2 players back there that either could take the kick. Braves put 4 in a wall, mark up the other defenders. Here's Oppler. Oppler will go over the top, left foot here, and deflected by the Braves. Corner kick coming for the Bronx, as they will get the first corner kick of the contest today. Here comes the corner. Sends it into the middle of the box, headed out by Crook. Ball being batted around. Jaden will get that once again, and he's going to clear it for the Braves. Good job there by Crook to just get that ball out of the top of the 18 and push their midfield back and live to fight another day. Big shout out to Landon Peterson, the little brother of Gabe, helping us out with our camera work today. We appreciate him. Here's a step by Bueller. Bueller's got a run. He's going to take a long shot. One hopper to Keelan as Bueller was able to get behind the defenders. He could feel him closing down behind him, elected to take a long 30-yard shot, and wasn't a bad play because Keelan was out towards the top of his box. If Bueller was able to get some air under that ball, he might have been able to chip it in. But as it was, Keelan was able to step in front as the Braves record their first shot on goal in this contest. Christoph Bueller's been a great player for the Braves this season, as I mentioned, coming in as just a freshman and working his way into the starting lineup for the Braves here at the regionals, especially the last couple games of this regional competition. And he proves to be a very lethal vertical threat as this ball takes a high bounce. Keelan and his 6'5" frame able to get underneath it. As I mentioned before, the wind is really whipping out here in Sweetwater County today, with that wind at the back of the Braves for the first half. As the wind is blowing in our direction, a lot of times that means that the ball is going to carry a lot more than what you're used to. So the Braves might try in this first half a few more long shots, as they will get an extra push from Mother Nature behind that ball. And the wind can do some crazy things once that ball's in the air that makes it hard for the keeper to judge. Here's a clear out by the Bronx. It'll be a deep throw, and good pressure there by Bueller. Good send in by Roberts to put that ball in the box, as Hatterley will trot over to this near sideline to take a throw in for the Braves. Kaysen has his captain armband that appears to be having some Velcro struggles. That, or he's just checking the size of his triceps. Either way, he's ready to go now. 30 minutes left to go in this first half. Here's Hatterley, sends a ball high into the box. On the redirect, oh, so close, as Merritt came flying in from the top of the box and put a head on the ball, and that ball just goes wide. Oh, boy, howdy, was that close, as Merritt comes in and almost finds it on the redirect. The Braves have scored on that exact play multiple times this year, as Hatterley to Merritt has been a winning combination on those deep throw-ins. That time, though, on the redirect, it just goes wide for Merritt. Hatterley will throw this one in. It's another high ball into the box. McKell able to get a head on it. Trying to turn here is Camille Bueller. He will get called for the high kick, and it will be a free kick for the Bronx inside their own box. That's a player safety rule that cleat's got to stay below the shoulders. And they're going to say that Bueller, in his attempt to turn that ball upfield, and got whistled for one there. Here comes the Bronx on the counterattack. Drop the ball, top of the 18. They want to go out wide. Bring it back towards the middle. Left foot shot, and 3 points in football, 0 in soccer. Goal kick coming for the Braves as we have 28 minutes left to play in the first half. Peterson will set this ball down for Star Valley. Gabe goes out wide. That ball bounces over the head of Hurd, who's checked in for the first time this game, as well as Camille Bueller and Will Garcia, all making a play here in the midfield. Here comes Oppler. Oppler wants to make a run around his defender. Good help defense there by Astle as he comes in and clears it for the Braves. Oppler sends it into the middle of the field, headed out by Beck. Ball one in the midfield by the Bronx. Oppler wants to send it in on the cross. Teddy is able to save it from going out of bounds. Picked up and cleared by Astle. Astle sends it out wide. Quickly retrieved by the Bronx. Oppler again. He's going to send a high ball to the near post. Redirect just wide. And it'll be a goal kick for the Braves. As Kyron Bearstein comes in and almost able to get the redirect from Oppler. Oppler, one of the most prolific goal scorers in the 4A region. Teddy Oppler, who is a junior for the Bronx, as mentioned, he's one of the better scorers in the state. He's been injured for most of the year, and so with that, Jackson dropped both their games to Kelly Walsh this year, but for both of those games, Oppler was out, and I'd like to think it might have been a different story if they had the opportunity to square off in the championship game, which was not meant to be though. But Oppler definitely enhances the scoring attack for the Bronx as this one's headed out by Hatterley. Ball still at the top of the 18. Here's Oppler again. He gets a rifle at it and cleared out by Garcia. Ball towards the outside. Camille Bueller giving chase. Jackson will control. Wanting to go out wide. Here's Oppler. Step two by Astle. Teddy able to get the ball inside the box and picked up by Lawson. Good job there by the Braves. Shielding off Oppler from getting a good angle at the goal. As you see that ball carry the wind behind the Braves here in the first half. So Lawson's kicks that usually go about 50 or 60 yards are traveling closer to 70 to 80 yards, which is a good sign for him as the Braves are able to switch fields here. Here comes Hatterley. Hatterley's going to crank back and send this ball high and into the box. Touched first by Jackson, but won by Hatterley as he comes back into the field of play. Garcia has a man on him. He wants to go out wide to Hurd. Hurd, two-touch cross into the middle, near post, and picked up by Keelan. Canyon looking to cross that ball into the box. Got a pretty good leg on it, just not able to get the height that he wanted. This ball is deflected by Garcia. Garcia wants to switch fields over to Hurd. Hurd trying to two-touch turn, not able to do so. Goal kick coming for the Bronx. Wind still whipping out here in the backs of the Braves. You can see the jerseys and the shorts that are flowing freely by both players. Hoping that it just stays windy and that we don't have to add any other extra measures of weather this afternoon. Last year, the state competition took place in Cheyenne, and half of those state games were played in the snow. So I think if we had the opportunity to choose between snow and a little wind, that we'll take the wind. Oppler sends this ball towards the top of the 18, looking to turn, able to do so. Oh, great save by Tate Lawson as he was able to get in front of that ball. Beautiful turn, though, by the striker for the Bronx, able to get a shot on goal. Did not quite get the leg behind it that he would have liked, as that was Jensen Smock for Jackson. It's an incredibly tough thing to do with your back facing your goal to be able to, especially when you have a defender on him like Smock did, to trap that with your chest and then do a complete 180 swivel and put one on frame. Tate Lawson was right there, though, and gets the save for the Braves. So far, both teams notching one shot on goal, with Jackson also having a corner kick to their possession as well. No corner kicks yet for the Braves. We did have one deep throw-in by Hatterley, where Mikkel Merritt came in, was able to get a pretty solid redirect, but that shot went wide, as we are still tied up 0-0. 22 minutes left to play in the first half of this third place regional matchup between the Jackson Broncs and the Star Valley Braves. Jackson is a team of possession. They love to play the possession game. As you'll see, lots of triangle passing, good spacing, and control out of the Jackson team. And you'll see it from defense all the way to offense. They are very fluid in their passing and just know how to make the right read consistently. A complete opposite style than what we saw as Star Valley played Riverton on Thursday. Riverton was a through ball attack team that they had Sean Caruth, one of the quicker players that the Braves have played all year, and they would just send through ball after through ball and turn it into a foot race. Here comes Bueller as he just boots this one out and clears it for the Braves, as there wasn't anybody within 30 yards of that one. But it does switch fields for Star Valley and puts it in their offensive third. Jackson quickly up the field they come. Here comes green grass for Jackson. That ball is going to stay just in bounds, the line judge will say. Deflected off of the hands of the Broncs. Free kick coming for Star Valley. Merritt will take this. He wants to play it towards the outside, looking for Roberts. That's headed high and off the foot of Owen Smith for Jackson. Ball one in the middle by Colgren. Drop back to Merritt, out wide to Roberts. Roberts, good fake like he's going inside. Goes outside, then tries to cross it into the middle and is taken away by the Broncs. Caden, good aggressive move there. Too hard of a touch by Colgren. He's able to win it back. Caden will settle. Drops over to Merritt. Merritt has both avenues taken away by Smith. Smith wants a through ball. Shielded off by Crook. As Bearstein comes in swinging at the top of the 18. Still took a look at that one, but good job by Crook to shield him off, as well as Lawson to come up from inside his stance and to grab that ball at the top of the 18. The clock ticks under the midway point here in the first half. Score still tied up 0-0. As this ball is out of bounds and then kicked, trying to get a cross in, it ends up going off the backside of the line judge, which he seems less than pleased about. And having reffed some games in the past, mainly on the basketball court, I won't say that refs hold grudges, but they're like an elephant. They never forget. Here comes Hatterley. He sends one up line, looking for Bueller. Ball bounces around in the midfield. Finally won and taken out by Wetzler. Wetzler wants to make a run. He sends it up to Smock. Smock looking to turn and taken away by Peterson. Peterson's going to kick that ball out of bounds. Throw-in coming for Jackson as they move into their offensive third. Concannon will send this one. This ball still bouncing around the 18. Good clear there by Astle. Falls at the feet of Hatterley. And you don't see that very often as Kaysen hits the turf. Looked like his feet and his brain were trying to communicate to each other, and the signals just weren't coming. Here comes Kaysen again. Great move by Kaysen to keep possession out to Sessions. Sessions goes over to Roberts. Roberts tries to bring it back to the middle and has it taken away. Oppler will settle for the Bronx. Here's Smith. Smith makes a run as he gets his feet tangled up. They're going to say play on. That could have easily been a foul against the Braves as they made a play at the ball and missed it completely. The soccer gods have evened it out, though, as Jackson retains possession here, brings it all the way towards the flag. Here's Concannon with a beautiful cross, just a little bit too high for Oppler as it skirts outside the top of the box. Brandon Beck's making a move on Oppler. He's able to keep that outside the top of the 18. Still haven't been able to clear. Here's Teddy. Oppler wants to bring it towards the right side. He uses his drop. Brings it back into the middle. As Berstain drop. Oh, and just wide. As Berstain dropped the ball to the stopper for Jackson as he came up all the way from his defensive position. That was Johan Garcia. He made a great run at the top of the 18 and took a pretty good rip at the goal, but that ball goes wide. 16 minutes left to play in the first half, still 0-0. Here's Owen Smith as he brings it up for the Bronx. Bronx once again in attack mode, as this one will get called on Sessions, as Wetzler was looking to make a quick move to the outside. Here comes Jackson. They go quickly off the free kick. Oppler puts it in the box. Oh, and Schmock not able to get a redirect on that one. They are going to say last touch by the Braves. Corner kick coming for Jackson. This will be their second corner kick of the contest. Jackson likes to go quickly. Here's a redirect by Smith, not close though, and it will be goal kick for the Braves. Teddy Oppler with one of the better crosses I've seen in this regional tournament, puts it right at the feet of Schmock. Schmock not able to get his footing down though, and it was a goal kick for the Braves. Substitutions coming in for Star Valley as Mikel Merritt, Jesus Allred, and Will Garcia will check in for the Braves. And it's so tough inside the box. You've got, typically we'll have 10 players inside that small 18-yard box, and it's really hard to get your footing right and the space and the window to get a redirect on goal. And that time, Schmock was not able to do so. Here comes Jenkins. Jenkins trying to win the ball. It goes into the midfield as Smith was the aggressor there, takes it away from Merritt, trying to make a play in towards the top of the 18. Sessions comes in. He ends up tripping on the ball and quickly stands up. Here's Schmock. Schmock wants to send it out wide to Berstain. It's a cross into the middle, deflected by the Braves, and finally cleared. But one in the midfield again by the Bronx. Back towards the top of the 18. Schmock goes down, no call. Garcia makes a run on the near side, looking for a cross into the middle. No one there for the Braves, though, as we go to 14 minutes left to play in the first half. Here comes Merritt. Merritt sends this ball high and clears it for Star Valley. Here comes Allred. Allred being shielded as he tries to get around the defender. Good work there by the Bronx to keep that ball from being crossed into the box. Here's Sessions. Sessions will shield, looking to turn, not able to do so. Crook sends this ball high and off the head of Concannon. It's going to go out of bounds. Braves looking to get a push up here. Garcia will take the throw in. Merritt gives him a mark up line. That's where Garcia will go. He brings it towards the top of the box. Gets a cross in on the ground and taken away by Kimmel for the Bronx. Slide tackle here by Garcia. He'll do it again. Sends it up to Merritt. Merritt trying to get a turn. Good step there by Mikel. Left foot if he wants it. Knocked out of bounds by Jackson, and it will be a throw-in for the Braves. Hatterley out, so Merritt will take this for Star Valley. Ball comes into the box. Oh, and that ball gets around Allred as he tries to make a move and will be picked up by the keeper. Here comes Opplers. He's just outside the top of the 18. Drop back to Teddy. Teddy wants to make a run. He brings it towards the top of the 18, trying to look for Concannon on the outside, and it's taken away. One in the midfield by Smith. Oppler will settle. To Bearstein. Bearstein tries to punch it in. Good defense there by Astle to clear it out for the Braves. That ball stays in. Great slide there by Will Garcia. Sends it to Sessions. Sessions not able to get that through ball up as it was too hard and goes into the hands of the keeper, Gavin Keeland. And the Braves are back on their heels as they try to get the ball towards the goal here with just 11 minutes left to play in the first half. Time of possession largely dominated by the Bronx this afternoon. But I'll tell you what, the Braves have done an excellent job of protecting the paint, if you will, to use a basketball term. But they have done a good job of, once that ball gets in the box, they are shutting off all windows, reducing any good angles, and are just playing good fundamental soccer in this contest. As we have 11 minutes left to play in the first half. Jackson will settle in their defensive half, looking to go up in the middle of the field. Here's Beck. Good push up by Brandon Beck. He's looking to go back towards the middle to Garcia. A little bit too slow for him. Will couldn't get to it, and Jackson back on the attack. Here come Bearstein. He sends it out wide to Oppler. Oppler has one man on him as Astle marks, as he's able to get a look on goal and saved by Tate Lawson. Just the second shot on goal for the Bronx in this contest. It really gives you an idea of the good defense that the Braves have been playing this afternoon. 10 minutes left to go. Here come the Bronx. They're going to send a through ball up. Oh, stepped in front by Smock. Smock's got Greens in front of him. He's going to make a diagonal run inside the box. Slide tackle by Astle. And Opplers, it fires from 20 yards out. That's going to be picked up by Lawson. Once again, the wind at our back. Lawson sends that one out 60 yards as Garcia making a play at the ball. He gets taken out by Concannon, and it will be a free kick for the Braves. Good opportunity here for Star Valley. Substitutions coming if they want them. Looks like they will hold the subs. Merritt will take this kick for the Braves. McKell's got a natural right to left curve to his kick. He could put this one on frame if he wants. Jackson holds the line at the top of the 18. Here's the right to left, and that one goes wide. Just didn't quite get as much curve on it as he wanted, as Merritt took a shot on the goal. Good defense there by the Bronx. As it will be a goal kick for Jackson. Substitutions in for Star Valley as Christoph Bueller checks in. He's wearing his full ninja attire. Here he comes. Here's Bueller trying to poke that one away. Good step there by Christoph, making an immediate impact as he enters the game. Also in for the Braves, Kaysen Hatterley into the midfield. Here's Crook as he's able to deflect that one up to Bueller. Bueller trying to make a turn, has that one taken away. And the Bronx have numbers, but cleared out by the senior sweeper, Gabe Peterson, and allowing their midfield to get back on defense. Jackson goes quick once again. Good step there by Colgren as he checks into the game. Oppler dribbles towards the top of the 18, stepped by Astle. Not able to get it away from him. Here's Teddy Oppler. He gets a cross in, and it's a goal for the Bronx as they score in the 32nd minute. Teddy Oppler, a magician on that left side, was able to get a beautiful cross into the top of the 18 as Jensen Smock comes in and cleans it up for the Bronx as they go ahead in this one and take the lead 1-0 with a goal in the 32nd minute. It wasn't terrible defense by the Braves. If anything, it was just better offense by Teddy Oppler and the Jackson Bronx. Oh, beautiful turn by Kason Hatterley as Wetzler was coming on at full speed behind him, able to make that turn. Here's Hatterley in the midfield looking to settle as that ball is taken away. Here's Crook as he tries to cross it, able to get in front. Good play there by Jaden, and that foul will go against Perez of Jackson. Good job there by Jaden. He initially lost the ball but didn't give up on the play, and you can tell that Crook doesn't miss any leg days in the gym as he was able to get back in position and take that ball away from Perez, forcing the foul and preventing any further damage for the Braves. Braves down by 1 as we tick under 7 minutes left to play in the first half. Colgren steps. Here's Bearstein as he works around several defenders. Perez wants to drop it towards the outside, and that's cleared out to Roberts. Roberts brings it back to the middle, has Hatterley. Hatterley will settle, looking for help. Nobody on that far side, coming back to the near side. He'll use a drop to Merritt. Merritt, good misdirection there. And finally, the outside opens up for Roberts. Good possession here by the Braves as they were able to link 6 passes together, just not able to make a push after those passes, and it's taken away. Here's Perez. He gets the ball back, 30 yards out. Sends it to Smock. Smock wants to drop it back as that ball is controlled by Kimmel. Kimmel goes out wide to Oppler. Oppler looking to set up that right foot. That ball and pass behind Perez, kicked out by the Braves. Not able to clear, though, is Star Valley. Here's Crook. He'll left foot. Good pass by Jaden to Christoph Bueller. He's looking for his brother Camille on the near sideline, and that ball goes out of bounds. The Braves have looked better the last 3 minutes as here comes another run by the Bronx. That's got to be offsides. They're going to say play on, though, as Oppler must have timed his run just perfectly, and it ends up no harm, no foul for the Braves, though, as that ball gets cleared out, and it will be Star Valley's possession on the far side of the field. As was mentioned earlier in the broadcast, both times when Star Valley played Jackson in the regular season, one of Jackson's better players, Teddy Oppler, was not in the lineup for the Bronx. He's making his return for this regional competition, and he is quite the player. Here he comes, right foot picked up by Lawson. I've been watching Oppler play for the last 2 years. He's a junior for the Bronx, and I remember him as a freshman. He was one of the leading goal scorers in the 4A class as a freshman, and he still is that prolific. Here comes a deep run into the middle of the field. Oh, some hesitation there by the Star Valley players after Jackson went down as Braden Hills was making a run. I do believe the hesitation gave time for the center official to call the foul. Here's Schmock. He sends one into the box. It goes all the way to the back side, picked up by the defender for Jackson, as that was Zampa coming in and not able to get a solid redirect. Good cross into the box, though, by Jensen Smock, as that ball was curving towards the top of the 18. Just not able to put one on frame. Here comes Perez. Perez wants to take a long shot. That's deflected by Colgren. Over to Wetzler, drop to Smock. Slide tackle by Crook. Crook hit hard. He's able to bounce back up. Weaving through the box is the Bronx. Once again, knocked out and cleared by the Braves. As this will be a foul on Star Valley, as Bailey Colgren went to step to the ball. Unfortunately, all he caught was Wetzler. Wetzler did a good job of selling that contact, and it will be a free kick for the Bronx. Bronx like to line up with two over the ball. They have Bearstein, who's a lefty, and Oppler, as they make a plan. So one can jump over this ball, or you can kick it, as they stop the clock here. And the ref is reaching for a card, as Teddy Oppler will get a yellow card, and he will have to leave the pitch for at least one possession, as the Jackson coach is looking for an explanation. These officials, the line judge and the center official, they all wear headsets and microphones so that they can communicate on the field. It's not like in basketball where you have close enough quarters that you can come in and talk to each other. You're so spread out. So they all have headpieces and microphones that they can communicate with each other. And then they have what's called the fourth official that runs all the substitutions. Here's a shot on goal, just high. If you're just joining us, that was Jackson's favorite play against Natrona yesterday, as they knocked the ball off the goal post that bounced back into play, and they scored, and the center official did not stop play. So they were looking to do that again. This time it was recognized by the officials and cleared out by the Braves. Illegal throw-in, as Star Valley will pick that up. Looking to find some counter here, as we have 1:39 to play in the second half. Jackson up by 1 over the Braves. The Braves have played a solid half, especially defensively, as they have limited the Bronx to 3 shots on goal, only one of those finding the back of the net. And so just a really great game played by the Braves. Here's Merritt. Merritt's able to turn, just not able to get the leg behind it, as Mikkel Merritt able to create space at the top of the 18. As his back was towards the goal, he tried to make a turn and was not able to do so. That ball goes out of bounds. Goal kick for the Mustangs. You see that ball, I don't know if you can see it on the screen or not, as we're a little zoomed in, but that ball just floated in the air. Braves would love to find a goal, as they have the wind at their back, but just with 38 seconds left to play, the Braves will be going into the wind for the second half. Good step there by Colgren to knock that away. Bearstein trying to punch it up, and that ball gets knocked out of bounds. As we have just 20 seconds left to play, Kimmel will come. He'll throw it in short to Hills. Hills, wearing the captain band, will send this up line, looking to Bearstein. Bearstein, left foot, turn into the box, and picked up by Lawson, as that will do it for the first half, as The Braves and the Broncs are in a great battle here in the third place game. Broncs are on top 1-0 with a goal from Jensen Smock in the 32nd minute. And that proves to be the difference so far in this one. But if you're Coach Spencer and Roniger, you've got to like what you've seen from the Braves as they've put in a lot of heart and hustle into the early goings of this one. We will take a quick break to hear from our sponsors, and we'll be back with more coverage of Star Valley Braves soccer.
We're Ed and Donna Ivy.
We've been in business for going on our 8th year. This will be the 4th year here at this building. We mainly served a little bit of everything. I knew Rod his whole life. We went to school together, and so we knew a lot about each other, and we probably wouldn't have got the loans we did if we didn't know him as well as we did. He knows each one of our kids. He don't let anybody get overextended. Yes, I would recommend Bank Star Valley to a lot of people.
Since 1932, locally owned Hastings Ace Hardware has served Star Valley as the place to find high-quality outdoor, hardware, and houseware products at competitive prices. Staffed by your friends and neighbors, Hastings offers a team of knowledgeable and helpful folks to answer your questions and assist you in finding the perfect solutions for your projects year-round. Find Braves apparel, fashionable clothing lines, tasteful gifts, a full-service gift wrapping and custom framing counter, jewelry, home decor, paint mixing services, and so much more. Hastings Ace in Afton. It's the local and helpful place.
Miles CPA has been part of the Star Valley community for more than 16 years. The times have changed a bit, but we are still proud to offer our continued support to the community and our Star Valley Braves. Say, didn't Corey play basketball for Star Valley High School? Whoa, Corey, I realize it's a black and white photo, but man, those are some white legs. Miles CPA. We loved our Braves then, and we love our Braves now. Go get 'em, Braves.
I think being in a small town, you just really care and you take more pride in the work that you do because you're working with your neighbors. These are people that you see out in the community. You know, you see them at kids sporting events and parent-teacher conferences and the grocery store. You know, these are our neighbors.
One of the reasons that people also come back to us is they trust us because we are friends, we are family, and so I think there's a lot of trust in the community.
Hi, my name is Bill Tech. I'm the current mayor of the city of Kemmer. The biggest thing is the freedom that we have here, and I want to preserve that. We're all about camping, hunting, fishing, hiking, boating, all those outdoor things. Kemmer and Lincoln County are in my heart and always will be.
Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, 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 I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great.
Digital Dilemmas presents
Wi-Fi enlightenment. A wise person once said, "Keep your feet on the ground and your router on a shelf." This will help you achieve greater happiness in life and a better Wi-Fi signal.
Placing your router on the floor can negatively affect its performance because the ground will absorb the signal. Stay tuned for more Digital Dilemmas.
We're always looking for things that make our farm more efficient.
The value that Smart Farm brings growers like Rick is the ability to be more efficient, to be cost effective, and also to be stewards of the land.
The Simplot Smart Farm program is split up into 4 segments: prepare, prescribe, grow, harvest.
Based off of our first year work with him, our yield goals were higher than they've ever been on those fields, around 10 to 15% higher.
We were very happy with what Simplot does for us.
Star Valley Disposal and Royal Flush Septic have been serving the local community since 1999, including residential, commercial, and construction. Star Valley Disposal and Royal Flush Septic is your company for all of your trash needs, along with septic pumping and portable toilets. For the dependable company that has a proven trust and reliability, contact Star Valley Disposal and Royal Flush Septic at starvalleydisposal.com. That's starvalleydisposal.com.
At Star Valley Health, we're optimizing knee replacement surgery with ROSA, our robotic surgical assistant. Robotic knee surgery can bring a lot of gains, like smaller scars, less pain, and faster recovery. We also offer hip and shoulder replacement, along with carpal tunnel surgery and treatment for muscle strain, ACL injuries, sports medicine, pain management, and more. To find out more about ROSA and our full scope of orthopedic services, go to starvalleyhealth.org.
Sometimes people wonder, what does Swift Creek Trading sell? The real question is, what don't they sell? At Swift Creek Trading, find boots, shoes, socks, sweaters, shirts, jeans, belts, dress shirts and ties, horse tack and accessories, horseshoes, riding gear, cowboy hats, baseball caps, UW and Star Valley apparel, cologne, wallets,
Swift Creek Trading, your everything store, downtown Afton.
Miscellaneous items, shoe and boot care, jewelry, western shirt.
Risk takers, adventure seekers, optimists, authentic people with the fire in their belly and greatness in their hearts. You'll find them here, in a place where the spirit of the cowboy lives and thrives.
I am a cowboy.
I am a cowboy.
Soy vaquera. The world needs more cowboys.
Duke Down got nothing on us!
Nothing on us? How hard can it be to be a banker? They just give other people's money away. Cole and Marty got nothing on us. Yeah.
This is the Weekday Wake Up on SVI.
Your home for totally free personal and business listening. Okay, so you're ready for a subscription then.
Just a few things to sign, will be on your way. Hey Amanda, what's the federal rate interest period on the Grace escrow after the next 4 quarters?
If you could just sign here, here, initial here. So after a quick look at your credit, it's pretty evident that it's not good. And so it's not in the best interest of the bank to give you a loan today. I'm sorry.
That's right, Cole and Marty, you've got nothing on us.
We're gonna get people to give us money, and it's gonna be the Bank of Duke and Dow.
A leg up, an upper hand, an edge. Call it what you want. When you finance with Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, you'll always be winning. Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Here, the advantage is yours.
Your source for quality asphalt paving in Star Valley is Avail Valley Construction. They specialize in residential and commercial driveways and parking lots, done with great service at a great price. Call Avail Valley at 307-885-0600 for your quote today.
A lot of people ask me why I moved to Kemmerer. I actually was living with my wife in North Salt Lake, Utah, for where we raised our children. And I saw this as a great opportunity in my career to help with economic development. It's a very affordable place to live. Other things that I like about being here, I really like the opportunity to do outdoor living. Those are some of the things that I like about Kemmerer.
It's time to update your home's flooring, and Battleson Brothers Carpet One is your local source. Right now at Battleson Brothers, find in-stock LVP as low as $2.99 per square foot. Get a bedroom installed with fresh new carpet for just $4.49. That includes the carpet, pad, and labor for just $4.49. Battleson Brothers Flooring also offers 12-month no-interest financing. In Afton and Thane, that's Battleson Brothers Carpet One Floor and Home.
Price, quality, service. Battleson Brothers Flooring.
Welcome back to Rock Springs High School as we get ready for the second half of this matchup between the Star Valley Braves and the Jackson Broncs as the horn will sound. Jackson with a 1-goal lead, that goal coming in roughly the 30th minute for the Broncs, and that is the difference in this contest. Jackson has largely controlled the time of possession. The Braves have had a couple of good looks at the goal, recording one shot on goal officially in this one, and have yet to attempt a corner kick. The Jackson Broncs have 3 shots on goal and have had 2 corner kicks here in this one. The Broncs will have the wind at their backs for the second half as the Braves will get the pleasure of going inside the eye of the tornado here in Rock Springs. As Oppler looks to go and switch fields, he'll send it out wide. That ball's going to go out of bounds and throw in for the Braves. If you're just joining us, the Broncs scored in the 30th minute with about 10 minutes left to play in the first half. Shortly thereafter, in about the 35th minute, Teddy Oppler received a yellow card for the Broncs as he got a little bit, we'll just say he had too many words to the official. The official said you can have 10 words. Oppler used 12 and got the yellow card. So he finished the first half on the bench for the Broncs. He's back out there to start the second half for Jackson as we are in a 3rd and 4th place matchup between these two rivals. These two teams will square off against either Thunder Basin or Cheyenne Central as both of those squads advance to the championship game in the East region over in Sheridan. Sheridan getting similar weather as we're getting here. Probably not as much wind, but kind of the cloudy, cold soccer front as we're getting this weekend. Next week, state soccer will be played here at Rock Springs as well. I don't know what Rock Springs did to deserve back-to-back postseason weekends, but as it is, state soccer will be played here next week, starting on Thursday. They'll play Thursday, Friday, and Saturday here in Sweetwater County. Rock Springs does have a beautiful new field put in over at the junior high school as they put in a new turf field at the junior high, and so this will be a great venue for state. Here at regionals, they only had to use the junior high one day as this ball comes into the box, shielded, and Lawson trying to pick it up. Astle got shoved in the back. They will call the foul as Astle was shielding Oppler from getting to the ball and received a little bit of a forearm shiver to encourage his momentum in a certain direction. That will get called, essentially plays like a goal kick. Good step here by Crook as he sends it out wide to the right. As I was saying, the Rock Springs has a new field over at the Jackson Middle, or at the Rock Springs Middle School, that is also turf, and so the Lady Braves had the opportunity to play on that on Thursday, but they only had to use that field on Thursday as the games get more condensed and teams get eliminated. And so next week will probably be the same format for the state tournament, as 4 teams from the East will come down and play against the West. 4 teams from the West will be Jackson, Star Valley, and then the championship match today, Kelly Walsh will be squaring off against the Natrona County Mustangs. From the East, as here comes Oppler, he's trying to make a run towards the top of the 18. He tries to split the defenders. Tries to sell the contact. Everybody stopped playing for a while as Oppler tried to split the double team and fell down. The ref says play on, though. Here's the throw in from Oppler. Here's Bearstein. Bearstein trying to make a turn on Crook. Crook slide tackle trying to get possession. Good job there by Will. You saw Will make a play. And I love what Garcia did for the Braves there. Got low in his stance, and as the ball came to him, was ready to absorb the contact. And as that contact came, the foul was called. Here's Colgren. He goes out wide to Roberts. Roberts' right foot. He's going to keep it towards the outside, looking to go up line, finds Allred. Allred, beautiful cross into the middle, just outside the outstretched foot of Hatterley. And here comes Hills on the counterattack. Oppler will take it on the left side. Right foot in the middle to Perez. Perez drops it over to Hills. Hills, full speed, shot, and it's wide. And it will be a goal kick for the Braves. Braden Hills making a run from his sweeper position, and boy, does he have some wheels on him. Makes an aggressive move towards the top of the 18, and wanted to take a look at the goal. It will go wide, though, and a goal kick for Star Valley. Hatterley looking to control, able to do so. Good settle here by Kaysen. Kaysen gets his feet taken out from him and will be awarded a free kick. And we've seen that all year. Hatterley draws a lot of fouls from behind. Here comes Merritt. Merritt chips it up. The wind's going to hold it up. That's a good ball at the top of the 18 as Roberts tries to get a head on it, and it gets knocked away. The wind was in the favor of the Braves on that one as Merritt's ball just hung up there, lands at the top of the 18, and the Braves try to get a win inside the box. Not able to do so, though, and it was cleared out by the Bronx. I'll tell you what, all the captain bands today for the Braves are struggling. Astle has had to redo the Velcro on his captain band 3 or 4 times. Hatterley, every time he throws it in, he has to adjust his captain band, and same with Garcia. So if Rob Erickson is listening, if it's in the budget, we could use some new bands because those Velcros are pretty much shot. Here comes Hatterley. He tries to throw it in, but deflected by Perez. Perez trying to keep it from going out of bounds. Bailey Colgren just loads up and takes one off the chest of Perez, which saves it inbounds to Smith. Smith making a run. He runs into the wall of Beck, and he's not getting past Brandon as Brandon's able to kick it towards the outside. And a throw-in coming for the Bronx. They bring it towards the top of the 18. Ball still being batted around and kicked up by Garcia. Garcia looking for Allred. And step 2 by Astle. That's going to be out off of Perez. Throw-in coming for the Braves. Oh, they will call it a foul. So a free kick here as Derek Astle places it to Hatterley. Hatterley thought he had Colgren in the middle, but he was actually behind him. Miscommunication there as Schmock makes a run at the goal. Looks like he lost his shin guard. Both shin guards. A double whammy there for Jen Schmock as he makes a run towards the top of the 18. He'll have to fix his equipment before he can come back into play. Here's Jesus Allred. He sends it up. Looking for Garcia. Garcia's captain band flapping in the wind. At this point, I would just say we know who the captains are. Throw those things off because they're just a distraction at this point for the Braves. substitutions as Camille Bueller will check in, as well as Canyon Hurd for Star Valley. Hatterley will throw short. Man on behind Allred. He'll drop it back to Kaysen. Kaysen looking to find a drop. Good read there by Bearstein as he's able to step in, take away that window from Hatterley. Ball gets deflected off of the Braves. Throw in for Jackson. Merritt does a good job there to deflect that ball back to Colgren. Colgren up to Allred. Allred wants to flick it ahead. Here's Perez. Perez trying to get it past Jesus as Jesus takes one to the noggin, and he will be down. As Allred a little shaken up as the trainer and Coach Spencer head out to midfield to help him off the field. Substitution coming in for him. That'll be Christoph the Ninja Bueller. As he comes in, he's got the full face guard on today, trying to shield off from this Sweetwater County wind. Ball will be dropped by the official. Here, typically, they'll blow the whistle, drop it, and they'll play it off the bounce. Clock runs as we have 30 minutes left to play in the second half. Here comes Hills. As was mentioned before, Braden Hills has some second-level speed in that defensive position. Not many through balls are getting past him. Here comes the ball to Smock. Smock looks to turn, creates some space. Over to Bearstein. Bearstein, 30 yards out. Left foot, deflected by Colgren. Colgren heads that one outside. Here comes Perez. Perez drops to Smith. Smith will settle. Sends it out wide to Smock. Owen Smith again. Makes a run towards the top of the 18. Good shield off by Crook. As Bearstein wanted to make a turn, Jaden Crook steps in there. And Crook is not easily displaced. As we'll have a throw in here from Oppler. Substitution here for the Bronx. As Bearstein checks out, and in comes Nico Zampa for the Bronx. Schmock will take this for Jackson. Sends the ball to the top of the 18. Hard touch by Smith. Deflected and kicked out by Colgren. Run here by the Bronx. Brings it back towards the top of the 18. And cleared away by Crook. That ball's going to bounce out of bounds. Throw in coming for the Bronx. The Braves have done a nice job back in their defensive position today, really limiting the amount of opportunities the Bronx have gotten. The big gap for the Braves today has been being able to link those defensive stops. As that ball stays in bounds, still in bounds. As finally Oppler will bring it back in. And cleared out by Kaysen. As I was saying, the tough thing for the Braves this afternoon has been linking those passes from the defense to the midfield to get it up to our strikers. Cleared out by Merritt. That's a good ball up to Bueller. Bueller looking for help. He's got a runner on the right side and Hurd. Hurd trying to stay on sides. Here's a slide by Christoph as he's able to knock it out of bounds. The Braves going with just one forward for most of this game. Here's Perez. Perez wants to go up line over to Smock. Smock trying to make a turn on Beck. Able to keep that in bounds, but not for long as he was working against the double team. and not able to get that ball back into play. Out of bounds, goal kick coming for the Braves. This is the third game here at Regionals for the Braves as they played on Thursday against the Riverton Wolverines. That game was an exciting one as the Braves were down 1-0 all the way up until the 77th minute, or just 3 minutes left in the contest. With that 3 minutes left to play, the senior striker for the Braves, Jesus Allred, was able to find the smallest of windows to get a shot off at the goal and was able to put a left foot near post and tied it up in what was definitely a heartbreaker for the Wolverines, but the Braves were able to force overtime in overtime. Kason Hatterley, here's Oppler, he lets one rip, and a beautiful save there by Tate Lawson as he got low and shielded with his body and grabbed that ball off the ground. It's so tricky on the turf when that ball is skidding across the turf that can take some awkward skips ahead, but that time Tate Lawson was able to make the save for the Braves as we have 25 minutes left to play in the second half. In overtime on Thursday, the Braves were able to score a penalty kick after a foul in the box as Smith brings this one inside the box as that ball deflected up off of Colgren, and they're going to get a foul on Peterson here for right in the back of Oppler. Oppler in discussions with the official. He's got to be a little bit careful as Oppler got a yellow card in the 35th minute. Braves set up a three-man wall. Here's Oppler, rifle, deflected by Lawson. Good work there by the Braves as Asta will make a run and send this ball high and wide looking for Bueller. That's deflected by Hills, but good save by Tate Lawson as that shot was heading on frame by Oppler. Lawson able to get a hand on it and deflect it up. It bounced off the crossbar and cleared out by Astle. But Tate Lawson has played a great game in goal for the Braves today as he's been in the right position several times as the Bronx have had a couple good looks on goal. But with Lawson, he's kept all but one out of the back of the net as we have 24 minutes left to play. The Braves are still looking for the equalizer. Friday's matchup, the Braves faced off against the Kelly Walsh Trojans, the #1 team in the state, and hung tough with the Trojans for a large portion of the game before Kelly Walsh pulled away and as this one gets deflected off the fingertips of Lawson and cleared out by the Braves. Here comes Hurd. They're going to say a foul. Not sure if they're calling Hurd for a little bit of hand fighting on this near side. Either way, it'll be a free kick for the Bronx. Hills will step up from his sweeper defensive position. Here comes Hills. That ball's high and out of bounds. That's going to hit the train station before it stops. That's got a one-way ticket to Rollins written all over it. And that's out of bounds with a goal kick coming for the Braves. 23 minutes left to play in the second half. Braves still looking for an equalizer here in this 4A West regional matchup. Third place game. Winner will get third, and the loser will go in as the 4 seed to the state tournament next week. As was mentioned earlier, Friday's matchup against Kelly Walsh saw the Braves fall 4-1 in that one as Kelly Walsh continued their unbeaten season. High floating ball by Astle as the wind grabs a hold of that and brings it back 15 yards. Hatterley shielding off Smith, trying to make a turn, not able to do so. Good step there by Owen Smith. He wants to send one up to Oppler. Oppler's momentum going the wrong direction, though, as that ball will race out of bounds and then hit the track and keep on rolling. If that ball was in the 800-meter relay, it would definitely be in first place as it goes all the way to the far outside fence, as the ball boys are earning their candy bar today, that's for sure. Here comes Astle. Astle puts this ball back into the middle of the field. Braves looking to find that link between the defense and their offense today. Here comes Bueller. He tries to make a step around Hills. Hills has that strong base, is able to win that one away, trying to go out wide. And one back by the Bronx. Wetzler's going to send it over to Smith. He's going to make a run. Good mark there by Roberts as Roberts sends it in towards the middle. Jackson not able to control this one as it goes out of bounds. Good step there by Gowert as he tried to get in front of it. Not able to do so though. And it will be throw-in for the Braves. Here comes Smith. Good mark there by Dez. Dez keeps the angle away. Here comes Perez. Perez drops it to Oppler. Oppler wants to push it back to Perez. Knocked away by Peterson and cleared by Beck. Good play there by Brandon as he felt that the advantage was in favor of the Bronx as we have 20 minutes left to play in the second half. The corner kick coming for the Bronx. Ball to the near post. Good job by Lawson. Oppler put that one too close to the goal as Lawson was able to come out and pick it up for the Braves. Jenkins back to Hatterley. Hatterley had a man on him looking for Sessions. That ball is taken away, but cleared out by Peterson. Peterson up to Roberts, but just behind the heels of Caden, and throw in coming for the Bronx. Substitutions for the Braves as Mikel Merritt checks back in for the Star Valley, as well as Jesus Allred. Here comes Roberts. Roberts trying to kick it back towards the middle of the field over to Sessions. Sessions has two on him, and that's out of bounds. Throw in for the Bronx. 18 minutes left to play in the second half. The Braves are just looking for any sort of a break here, as most of the second half have been played in the defensive third for Star Valley. Here's Schmock, and Schmock will find the back of the net as Jensen Schmock makes a beautiful turn at the top of the 18 and finds the back of the net here in the 62nd minute. Schmock, with his momentum going to his left, was able to put the brakes on, make a complete 180 turn, and put a right foot at the far post, and that ball just goes underneath Lawson, as Tate was in good position, just was not able to get on the ground soon enough, as that ball had some pace behind it, stays on the ground and finds the back of the net as Jackson extends their lead to 2-0 here in this regional matchup for third place. Braves find themselves in a bit of a hole here with just 17 minutes left to play in the second half, with Jackson finding another goal, once again scored by Jensen Smock, as Smock was the beneficiary of a Teddy Oppler assist in the first half. He comes in to do it all himself here in the second half, as he has 2 goals for the Bronx, and that is the difference right now. The Braves could really put some pressure on Jackson if they can find the back of the net here in the next 5 or 6 minutes. That would make the last 10 minutes of this one a tad bit more interesting, and like I said, put a little pressure on the Bronx. I've said several times in our broadcast, the most dangerous lead to have is a 2-goal lead, as you tend to lighten up just a little bit, and before you know it, the team behind becomes the aggressor. Here's Bearstein as he puts one on frame, as that was a shot on goal by Bearstein and a great save by Lawson, as he's able to corral that for Star Valley. If you're just joining us, there was a tad bit of controversy last night in the Jackson and Natrona game, as that was the nightcap for the 4A semifinals. Jackson came away with a win, as here's a pass towards the outside, had a look at it, still going to get a rip off, and that's going to go out of bounds. There's a mix between a pass and a shot, possibly across, but that would, if Lucas Gowert would have been able to one-touch that, he had a left foot opportunity, a shot on goal, as nobody had him marked on that near side, but elects to take it all the way to the end line and do a cross. Nobody home for Jackson. Goal kick coming for the Braves. But last night, Natrona County and Jackson faced off, where they played an entire game with Jackson coming out on top. So Jackson beat Natrona County 2-0 last night, only to find out at the end of the game they started to count players, and they noticed that Jackson had 2 additional players than what is allowed in postseason play. So they had 24 players dressed. Here's a shot by Perez and saved by Lawson. Good job by Tate to come out and pick that one up, as Jared Perez knifed his way through the defense and got a pretty quality look on goal. Lawson was in great position, though, and gets another save for the Braves. That makes 5 saves for Lawson. And here's a shot off the top of the post for the Bronx. That one went high, and it will be a goal kick for the Braves. But as I was saying, the game last night, the Bronx beat Natrona County 2-0, but ended up having 2 additional players dressed in uniform. And so you're allowed to have 22 players. Jackson ended up having 24 players, just a huge clerical error. And so they were disqualified from the match that they had just won. So instead of getting to play in the championship game today, Jackson is in this 3rd and 4th place game, and Natrona County will make their way to the championship game that will be played today at 4 p.m. Here's a ball crossed into the middle of the field and cleared out by Brandon Beck. Good job there by Brandon, as he was able to get a step on the ball, beat the attacker of the Bronx, and cleared it away for the Braves. Here's some contact just outside the box. They are going to get a foul call against Kincannon on that far side, and it will be a free kick for the Braves. "12 minutes left to go in the second half. Braves down by 2. Looking to cut into this lead. Here comes Perez. He drops it over to Hills. Hills wants to go out wide. That's out of bounds. Throw in coming for the Braves. Asta will step up and take this for Star Valley. in what has been an entertaining third place matchup here in Rock Springs for this regional, for a West regional competition. You can see on the camera that the jerseys of all the players are kind of whipping around. That's because it's a windy day in Rock Springs. Big shocker there, as we have been lucky enough for some good weather. Here's Hills as he takes away the free kick and takes a rifle look at it, but that's going to go wide, and goal kick coming for Star Valley. It's windy and cold out there today. Both Thursday and Friday were pretty good weather. I don't have much room to talk as I'm lucky enough to be shielded here inside the press box. Shout out to our camera guy, Landon Peterson. I pretty much put him at the top of the press box, so he's above us. He's just a lightning rod up there right now, so let's hope that the dark clouds stay away, because I kind of like Landon, want him to stay around. So barring lightning or him getting blown over, he should be good to finish this game. Appreciate him. We'll have to call out Landon a little bit, though, that he showed up to today's game to video for us, and he showed up in shorts, and he had to place a call to his mom to get some patents delivered ASAP, as it was just a little bit too cold in this quote-unquote spring weather of Wyoming. Here comes Hurd on the far side, sends a beautiful cross inside the box. The redirect, second opportunity, goal for the Braves. Camille Bueller continues his tear of goals here at the regional tournament, and the Braves cut the lead to 1. What a great cross by Canyon Hurd as Jesus Allred comes in, deflects it, tries to get a redirect. That ball bounces to the backside of the 18, and Camille Bueller cleans it up for the Braves as the Braves have cut into this lead. It's 2-1 with 10 minutes left to play in the second half. Ten minutes left to play. Right around the 16th minute mark, I said the Braves needed a goal in the next 5 or 6 minutes to put some pressure on the Bronx, and that is exactly what they get here in the 70th minute. The Braves looking for some late game heroics and dramatics, as was the case on Thursday, where they were down by 1 goal and then found the back of the net in the 77th minute. Can the Braves do it again? Camille Bueller was the lone scorer for the Braves yesterday as he found the back of the net against Kelly Walsh. Camille, a great senior leader for Star Valley, plays a little bit of midfield, a lot of forward, and that time found the back of the net. One thing that, as here comes Zampa, brings it towards the top of the 18. Here's Perez. Perez redirect and deflected by Colgren. Deep throw in for Jackson. One thing that Camille is so good at is that he's able to, as this ball is deflected at the top of the 18, chip shot out of bounds. Good tip there by Lawson just to poke that one out. And good defense by the Braves to stay in front of their marked men. One thing I love about Camille as he plays in that forward position is he's able to get shots off without much time and at just difficult angles. That ball was bouncing across the top of the 18, and it is not an easy redirect when that ball is bouncing around. And Camille just has the ability to create the space he needs, and he doesn't need a lot of space to get his footing right. So you'll see a lot of younger players that they have to do their step kick, and Camille doesn't need that. He can go off of awkward footing as Camille gets a hug from Coach Spencer on the sideline, but he can go with some awkward footing and still put quality looks on goal, and that's why he's such a valuable piece to this team finds the back of the net and cuts this goal or this lead of Jackson down to 1 goal. Can the Braves find another one? That is the big question. Here comes Zampa. Zampa sends it up to Smock. Smock looking to turn. He drops it back to Bearstein. Bearstein back to Smock. Smock making a run towards the top of the 18. He's on the outside of the box trying to get past Peterson. Not able to do so. Good step there by Gabe. Gabe not able to clear though, as that ball gets batted back around into the midfield. Top of the 18, wanting to switch field all the way over to Perez. Perez has a man on him. Good job there by Astle trying to stay in front. Perez makes a move towards the end line, looking for a cross up and knocked away by Brandon Beck. It'll be a corner kick for the Bronx. Beck comes up limping as he got a pretty hard hit to the lower leg. He's going to stay in the ball game. Corner kick for Jackson. Smock will take this. Wind is whipping towards their goal. Here's the redirect and deflected out by Roberts. Ball won in the midfield by the Bronx. Here comes Hills on his streak as it's knocked away by Colgren. Cleared out to Perez. Perez wants to drop to Wetzler. Wetzler will settle and play it back into the backfield for the Bronx. Quick run here. He's able to get back up looking for Smock. Smock's got a direct line off the post as Tate Lawson gets back inside the goal and picks it up for the Braves and saves that one. Jensen Smock, looking for the hat trick, was making a run on goal as he had a little bit of room. It came down to a one-on-one with the keeper. And Smock bounces it off the post and cleared out by the Braves. Good job there by Tate Lawson. He was in perfect position guarding that near post. So when Smock tried to sneak it past him, he was not able to do so. That ball deflects, and Zampa got another shot on goal, but Lawson was able to get back up and defend his post as the Braves keep this a 1-goal affair. 5 minutes left to go in the second half. Here come the Bronx on the counter, bring it back to midfield. Smock on the logo. He's looking to split 2 defenders, able to get past Colgren, weaves in between Hatterley, drops it up to Bearstein. Bearstein wants to go out wide. He's got a runner there. They're going to say onside. That was a close one, as it will be a goal kick as they stop the clock. Here with 4 minutes and 49 seconds left to play. As substitutions go out. As the ball's played in. Here comes Peterson. Peterson trying to kick it out. That ball gets deflected. Here's Smock. He wants to dance with Beck. He at the top of the 18. Smock falls down. Good job there by Brandon Beck. Throw in by Perez. Perez drops to Wetzler. Wetzler trying to bring it towards the top of the 18. That's cleared out by Merritt. Merritt wants to make a run on the near side. That's controlled by Perez. Perez gets double teamed by Roberts and Merritt. Merritt trying to clear, not able to do so. Here's Wetzler. Puts it back into the middle of the field. Here's Bearstein. Bearstein looking to make a turn. Not able to control. Garcia sends it up. Wetzler wants to go up line, near side. That's out of bounds. 3 minutes, 55 seconds left to play in the second half. Braves trailing by 1. Here's Peterson. Peterson gets checked in the middle of his kick. Smock in utter disbelief. But that's pretty clear. Once you can do shoulder-to-shoulder contact, but once that player is in their upward motion of the kick, you can't displace them. And that was a clear displacement by Jensen Smock. Braves elect to go short with the free kick, and that ball's going to get past Brandon Beck, but good job there by Lawson as he comes up to the top of the 18 to save that for the Braves. 3 minutes left to go in the second half. Braves still looking for the equalizer as Oppler goes down, and the clock stops here as The Braves check to make sure he's okay. Oppler will remain down on the turf and pops back up now. Substitution here as Teddy Oppler will sub out of the game. Owen Smith will check in for the Bronx. Free kick was awarded. 3 minutes and 5 seconds left to play. Jackson has 8 shots on goal in this contest and 4 corner kicks. Tate Lawson has been spectacular back there, notching 7 saves. No corner kicks for the Braves in this one, as Bailey Colgren will check out. The Braves put 4 inside the wall. They'll mark up inside the box. They wait for the whistle of the center official. They get the whistle. Here comes the kick in the back of the net. What a shot by Jackson as Kai Bearstein puts a laser into the top shelf of the goal. Bearstein, a natural left-footed kicker, took that ball on the right side of the field and rocketed one to the back of the net. There's not much that Lawson could have done about that, as there wasn't even time to react, as that ball was on a straight line to the back of the net, and that puts Jackson up 3-1 in this third place game with just 3 minutes left to play. Barring some offensive miracle here by the Braves, it's looking like Star Valley will go in as the 4 seed into the state tournament next week. Perez making a move at the midfield. Here comes Perez dancing around on the logo. He's going to bring it out wide. Ball's dropped back to Perez. Here comes Jared Perez. He wants to send it up the middle to Bearstein. Bearstein has Smith making a run and cleared out by Crook. Throw-in coming for Jackson. So as was mentioned, Star Valley will go in as the 4 seed, most likely to state next week, which will be played back here in Rock Springs, as it will be a goal kick coming up for the Braves. The Braves will face off against either Cheyenne Central or Thunder Basin. Both of those teams have prolific scoring attacks, with the striker for Cheyenne Central, he has 20 goals on the season. And to put that in perspective, the next closest person in the 4A class has 12. So Cheyenne Central has the best scorer, if not in the whole state, for sure in 4A, with over 20 goals scored on the season. As Central will square off against Thunder Basin. Thunder Basin has been on a tear as of late, as they have not lost a game in over a month. And so that will be a great regional championship matchup on the east side. And as was mentioned before, Star Valley will face the winner of that championship bracket, as they will go in as the 4 seed. Here comes Perez as he brings it towards the top of the 18. And that's deflected off of Brandon Beck and out of bounds. The most important thing, though, for the Braves is that they did qualify for state. So by winning that game on Thursday, they will once again go to the state tournament, which continues their streak, as here's a goal in garbage time by the Bronx as they'll chip that one in as we have just 20 seconds left to play in this contest. As this one looks like it will be the same score as it was against Kelly Wallace yesterday, as the score does not indicate how close this match has been throughout the game. I mean, we're talking a few minutes ago, the Braves were looking for an equalizer, and we were 2-1. So a couple goals get through here late against the Braves. But the Braves, the big thing is they've qualified for state. They've extended their season, and they'll get a chance to square off against some great East competition next week in state. And I'm excited to see what the Braves can do and hopefully can make some noise at the state competition, as the clock will tick and show zeros, as Jackson will walk away as the third place finisher at regionals. The Braves will go in as the fourth place finishers, and they will go in as the fourth seed to state next week. We will await the champion from the East region, as that game will take place at 4 o'clock today over in Sheridan. Recap the game really quickly with the Braves getting a goal by Camille Bueller late in the second half. That cut the lead of Jackson from 2-0 to 2-1. The Braves were not able to find the back of the net again, and Jackson was able to score a couple of goals here at the finish of this regulation game. And that will be the final, as Jackson comes out on top 4-1, as both teams will head over to the bleachers and receive their medals. We appreciate you joining us for regional coverage of Star Valley Braves soccer, as it's been a lot of fun to bring you both the girls and boys actions throughout the regular season and into this postseason. We want to do a big shout out to our sponsors for all that they do and for making this broadcast possible, that we can bring you this coverage here on SVI Media. We encourage you to go and support them, as they are here to support our student athletes. Alan Simpson for you here, signing off for SVI Media. Big shout out to Landon Peterson running our camera today, but we will see you next week for coverage of Star Valley Braves soccer, as they will head into the state tournament next week in Rock Springs. Thanks again for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.